Hello everyone, I hope you're all having a great day today, and in this video we're going to be doing a review for the new game Marvel Rivals. If you don't know, it came out in December. They did a short like season 0 thing, and then on January 10th they started the season 1. I personally was a little late to the party. I actually didn't start playing it until like the day before season 1 came out. But is this game worth checking out? Well, to kind of hop right into the review for this, I think the really neat thing about this game is that it's free to download and you can play it on console or PC, although it does have to be newer devices. But that just is kind of the way everything's heading now. If you want to play new games and not lag out of your games all the time, you got to get the new console like every single month. That might have been a bit of an exaggeration, but I mean still. But anyway, since Marvel Rivals is free to download, I kind of figured it would be like pay to win because they were advertising all these different characters, and I figured it would probably be the less popular characters like Jeff the Land Shark or Squirrel Girl would be free. And then the more popular characters like the Avengers and Wolverine and Spider-Man, those characters you would probably have to pay for. But as it turns out, all the characters are actually free. The only thing that costs money is the selectable styles. And so I must say, I was pretty impressed with that. That was not what I was expecting, but I mean, I'll definitely take it. When I started playing, I was a little bit overwhelmed with all the different options to choose from. I was like constantly changing my characters so that I could try all of them out. And I think it does a good job of all the characters have different health, they have different abilities. And so it just comes down to like what types of characters you like to use. And a lot of them are very overpowered in their own ways. But as I said, it's not pay to win. You can choose from any of the characters. And as the game keeps updating and going on, they're going to add more characters and that kind of stuff. And the type of game this is, when I first heard about it, I figured it might have been one of those things like Multiverses or Smash Bros. But it's more of like those co-op shooter games, kind of like some of the game modes on Star Wars Battlefront, or even some of the game modes on like Apex Legends, although that's first person. As I was saying, I mean, this is just a ton of fun because the gameplay itself is kind of like many other games. If you've played a lot of other games, it's not really anything new. But the thing that's so good about this game is that it's with all these Marvel characters, which is just such a popular franchise. It's just some very popular characters. And so getting to use all of them is what really just makes this a lot of fun. And as I said, they're all different from each other. They all have these different abilities. Even a lot of the voice lines I felt like from some of the characters were pretty good. I thought it was some decent voice acting for video games. Usually that kind of stuff isn't anything too crazy, but in this case I thought it was pretty solid. Now I will say, as for the character designs, there are some pretty good ones, but it definitely felt like they were just trying to make all these characters like as big as they could have and give them as much armor as possible, just because that's the kind of video game it is. And so there's some character designs in here that I'm not the biggest fan of, but still they do have some pretty cool selectable styles, especially from some MCU movies. And speaking of the MCU, I've even noticed some references to that in some of the different maps. Now I will say, I do wish there were a few different game modes, because you do have the training and you do have the teams. You can do quicker matches, or the ones where you capture a certain point and it's like a best 2 out of 3. But I do kind of wish they had like some 1v1s or things like that in here. And I also wish you could do it on split screen instead of just online. But still, nonetheless, this is definitely a very exciting game to play. It's just a ton of fun. So overall, I will give it a 4 out of 5 stars, and I definitely would recommend it. But if you've played it, let me know what you think about it in the comment section down below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.